Hey, it's 8:30 a.m. Friday, February 20th, and I am getting ready to try to go out to the mine. I'm really lacking some motivation today. I woke up 3 hours ago, and typically I'll get up at 5:30 and do some morning yoga. And I got up, and it was just so cold this morning that I bundled up on the couch with the cat, and I hurt my ribs this week. I was trying to get something under the table, and I was trying to get on this bench. I was putting my weight on this bench, trying to get something under the table, and it just kicked out. I ended up falling on this edge with my ribs, so my whole side of my right side of my body is just hurting today. But not gonna get gold sitting at home, so I'm trying to find the motivation to get on the road 3 hours after waking up. My little hiking loadout video. I pack all sorts of snacks. This is kind of my lunch. I've got a bun with some pepperoni and a piece of cheese, some fruit, some applesauce, granola bars, just stuff to kind of keep my energy up. Couple waters, little fruit drink thing. And then for my bag, what I'll do is I'll pack my sandwiches and stuff up here with maybe a headband. Pack my sandwiches and stuff up here with maybe a headband. Here's my pack that I carry in. All right, so I found that pinpointer last time. I'm going to take it out with me. It's just handy to have. I have two others stashed here somewhere. I lost my nice rock hammer, so I have just a regular kind of framing hammer. I taped it up last time, my last hike. The back claw edge kept slicing my arm up. It was slicing the back of my arm. Just every time it touched me, it cut me. So I take a hammer, I take a small shovel. Okay, inside I have my Vortex binoculars. I love Vortex. Vortex makes great optics. You know, they might not be as high end as a Swarovski or something, but they offer a lifetime warranty. So I'm hard on my stuff. I'm active, and so I appreciate a nice lifetime warranty. All of my scopes on my guns are Vortex. My nice binoculars here are Vortex. And from what I understand, you can basically run them over with your truck, they'll get replaced. You know, you could shoot them with a gun, they'll get replaced. They're just they've got a bulletproof warranty, and just a really nice product. Now also, I have a little pick. It's a steel pick. A couple pairs of gloves. All right, let's see. I've got more gloves, a little plastic shovel. I try to keep my weight light. I usually end up carrying around 40 to 60 pounds in, and then I'm carrying out with all my rocks and sampling around 100 to 120 pounds altogether, probably. I have a map. I keep a map of the wilderness that I'm going to. Okay. I also, pretty important, but you know, you gotta keep some toilet paper. Here's a little bear bell I have. I use a little bear bell if I get worried about that sort of thing. But toilet paper's key. Then you know what you're not seeing is I also will take a gun with me. You know, the most dangerous thing really out in these mountains, I think, are people. You know, you want to protect yourself from wild animals, but people are the scariest thing out there. So what you're not seeing here is I'll put some plastic bags in here to pack my trash out. Plastic bags. I have a couple tote bags that I got at Harbor Freight that are 50-pound tote bags. And I've been using that to carry my samples out with. It's just a little easier to fold a bag up than to carry a 5-gallon bucket. But anyways, still trying to get motivated to get on the road. Have my lunch packed. I am going to find my hiking clothes and get out of here. Okay, February 20th. I finally have the motivation to get out of the house. I'm on the road. I'm going to get the oil changed in my truck, and then we're heading to the Burro Mountains again. Like I've been going the past couple weeks. We're south of the Burro Peak, south of the town of Tyrone, and I'm looking for an old gold mine, basically. The foam shaft mine, the first mine video from a couple weeks back. I am almost, I'm pretty sure that is an old silver mine. The rocks that I'm crushing up out of there are giving me flaky white, sort of metallic mineral when I crush it up and pan it, so I'm pretty sure that's a silver mine. And if I'm not successful, I might open that shaft up and take a look. But you know, gold's at like insane. Gold is an insane price right now, and if I could find 2 grams of gold a day, I'd be so thankful. So I'm chasing down this old abandoned gold mine. The one report that I'm finding is that it shipped either 1 or 2 tons of ore at over 2,000 ounces per ton, which is crazy high grade gold. I mean, a couple ounces per ton is profitable, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's what big operations are targeting, or maybe even fractions of that. So if I can find this, that'd be life-changing. The past couple weeks you've been seeing me climb up one side of the mountain. I'm actually going to skirt around the back of that mountain right now, and I'm looking for a couple more old mines on that back side of the mountain. The mine that I was looking for last week, and that I'm continuously looking for, this high-grade mine, is supposed to be on the top of this mountain in the saddle. So, you know, I'm going to call it the front. The front I've been working on the past couple weeks, and it's just silver. I have not found really any gold out of any of the rocks I've crushed up. I'm like 80% sure that I'm where I want to be. The way I do this is I kind of backtrack on my maps. From the highway to here should be roughly 3 miles. You know, I know an exact distance that I'm trying to get to, and I read that out in the truck, and I pull off where I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be. So anyways, I'm going to kind of follow this channel up, and I'm going to kind of carve back behind the mountain that I was on. I don't know. So you can kind of, that peak there is actually across the valley from where I'm wanting to be. So I'm going to kind of skirt that peak. I'm going to stay to the right or the east of it and try to enter into that valley below that peak. So like I said, I was feeling pretty worse for wear today. I took that fall and I've been having a lot of shoulder trouble, but not gonna get the gold by sitting at home. And you know, sitting at home isn't gonna pay the bills. Hey guys, it's roughly 10:41 right now, and I'm just on my trail. So I think the goal is to walk up this little stream bed. Okay, so there's going to be a path that kind of veers off to the left. So I'm going to kind of crest this hill here, and I'm going to basically make a straight line to where I was talking about, that little valley between the two peaks that I'm interested in. So I'm going to follow this little stream bed till I see a path meander off to the left. I made all my maps, you know, and so I'm pretty good with those. And now that I've got boots on the ground, it's a different story than an actual aerial map. And when I'm out here, there's all sorts of wildlife tracks. These are mule deer prints. Mule deer, pretty fresh. And that mountain, that little saddle that I was at yesterday had all, or not yesterday, but last week, had all sorts of cow patties. Top of the mountain, it was just filled with signs of life. Then there's looks like some horse hoof prints, some horse prints through here. I think people can come and take their horses out. Could be elk as well. Here's some tire tracks. I don't think I'm allowed to drive my truck out here, but you might be able to take a UTV off-road here. Hey, I'm about 20 minutes into my hike, and already time for a little layer change. This is kind of cool. I don't know what would have caused that. Is that an old pointer stump? Since I'm walking through a field of it, I kind of wanted to give you a little explanation of what I'm currently in. So this is a rhyolite. Primarily the host rock, the rock here is a rhyolite, which is like, I don't know what I would really call it. If like sandstone and flint had a baby, it'd almost be like rhyolite. Now I'll find what I'm looking for is an intrusion into this. So I'm looking for basically a volcanically active zone or a fault line, really. And it's this rhyolite with some sort of like quartz monzonite which is basically what the Tyrone mine is. So still trying to get to that peak there. I'm skirting the side of this little hill to try to orient myself to where I need to go. I'm hoping I can pick up this trail that's supposed to cross this hillside at some point. We'll see. Just one more thing while I'm here. This rock here is that rhyolite piece that I was showing you. But right where I dropped it, here's some scat. I bet you that is some sort of feline. Some sort of feline scat out here. Well, I told you, there is just dung and droppings all over. It seems like a healthy ecosystem. Two things. I just took a little fall, so that's fun. You know, everything here is just eroded, weathered rock, so it's just slippery and just sandy, and you know, I have a little walking stick, but you know, it jarred my ribs pretty good. But I think I found this trail that I was looking for. You know, this looks like maybe 100-year-old mining road to me. So let's follow it a little bit, see what happens. Now I'm just maybe 10 feet from my last video, but here's kind of exactly what we're looking for in this area. So you have all of this white rock is that rhyolite, okay? Now here is a quartz granite vein that's running into this rhyolite, okay? And the miners for this this mine on the other side of the mountain that I'm looking for were chasing these ultra rich gold stringers in some sort of granite. So it was some sort of hydrothermally altered granite, meaning that when the mountains formed, when these fault lines were pressing together, it squeezed basically really hot mineral rich water up through these cracks and dissolved away minerals. And as that water then evaporated out, the minerals condensed and formed pockets in the cracks. So whenever I'm talking about a vein of mineral, that means that somehow there has been an infill, typically hydrothermally. There's some sort of superheated water carrying a super saturated mineral soup. And as that sort of weathers out, or, you know, think of, you know, lime on your sink, really. Your water drops, and if you have hard water, you have that lime scale that forms. It's kind of the same with other mineral deposits. As the water evaporates away, it leaves behind depositions of what it was carrying. So I'm on this bedrock now. This is all granite. This is all an eroded granite. Okay, going into rhyolite. So I think I'm on this little mine path. We're going to follow it. Wish me luck. I wanted to explain another thing I'm doing to not get lost. As I kind of meander off. As I meander off where I thought that path was, I'm leaving marks with my stick so I can kind of figure out where I go. I found a beer bottle, so someone has been out here before. But I'm still trying to figure out, I mean, these mine trails are just old as dirt, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm at, try not to get lost, you know. Okay, so I was a little mistaken when I pointed out this mountain peak over here. We actually want to skirt around the side of that. I'm not trying to go to the right. I'm actually trying to go to the left and skirt back in. We were at that little saddle up there last week. I actually just had to put my sweater back on. Wind's picking up, and it's getting a little chilly again. So I'm trying to make it kind of around here. Okay, I hate doing this, but I really have to get to where I want to go. I don't exactly know where this old mining road is, so I've been marking my trail. I just came upon an old game trail, and I need to kind of descend in and up towards the mountain. I need to go that way, really. I need to grab that mountain and wrap to the left. So I came upon this old game trail and I'm going to follow it. You know, I lose sight of my landmarks this way. It's going to be tight in, but working my way to this mountain. It's like 11:40 right now. Almost time for lunch. Hiking this game trail down towards the mountain that I want to go to. So, see how lost I can get. So I've been marking my trail. I've got some cairns laid out. I crossed the stream bed, and I'm marking with my walking stick. Still making my way towards the mountain. I think I might be on a trail. Let's hope so. It's hard to tell. I need to set up another cairn. Making my little trail markers. Who knows where I'm going? I'm pretty sure I'm on the right trail. You know, I think I'm just about to cross the little valley onto that mountainside and look for this mine shaft. The maps that I'm using look like there's a shaft. Looks like there's a shaft back there. So we'll check it out. You can see where they could fit a little cart. Maybe some donkeys. I can't tell if these are cow or elk track. Anybody know? What are these? Cow or elk? I've been following them on this old track for a couple hundred yards now. So it gets a little freaky hiking by yourself sometimes. I'm following big footprints. These are either a small calf or a big deer. There's scat. I mean, every 100 yards I'm seeing some sort of scat. So I'm out here with a cat. And I've got myself a little freaked out. I put my I usually just keep my gun in my bag, but I'm wearing it now, and I mean it's a great sign for the health of the ecosystem here. I mean, there's just tracks and tracks and tracks and tracks and scat, but it's a little worrying being out here by yourself. And to top it off, it looks like I've got some upset weather moving in. And there's a thing out here that's called sheet flooding, which will just wash everything away. These mountain valleys, because they've been so dry for so long, they're not able to absorb the rain as it falls as quickly as, you know, maybe a eastern sedimentary soil would with plants and stuff growing in it. And so because it can't absorb the water, all that water just runs down to the lowest point and it hits these valleys and just flash floods. I don't think it's supposed to storm today, but man, it's windy and that little cloud is peeking out and being mean, and I keep finding scat. So some I don't know, just a kind of a weird feeling. So I'm gonna go off trail just a scotch. I think I might have just found a fire pit, and I can hear some birds off in the distance. I'm not gonna try to disturb them, but I want to check this out and see, you know, the more indications of life, you know, of human habitation, the better it'll be. I don't know. That doesn't look like a fire pit now. It just looks like a pile of rocks. Just a pile of rocks. It's getting real pretty back in here though. There's supposed to be a spring. There's supposed to be a spring back here. So if there is, you know, I brought my gold pan, and we'll try to pan. Oh, look at this. Animal didn't put that here. Okay. Huh. And then I put all this trash I find on the trail, and I'll just pick it up when I come back. Folks, pick up after yourselves. Oh, I see a tailings pile. Let's see here. That's a tailings pile. There's some sort of waste rock pile. Oh, look at this. I bet you there's something here too. Huh, okay. Cool. Alright, this looks like a little tailings, or maybe a road to something. It comes down here and this way. But then up at this little fork and to the right, there's a tailings pile. Can you hear the birds? What a great little spot for lunch. Okay. Oh man, and there's something up above here. Okay, so there's some landing right there. There's some sort of pile here. Path goes up that way. Oh, sweet. On the money, folks. I came out here feeling lower than a bow-legged caterpillar, and after about an hour and a half of hiking, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Let's figure out what this stuff is. Oh man, it's a beautiful little clearing down there. I'm going to strip off my stuff and explore around a little bit. Grab some lunch. Look at this, look at this. Look at this. Huh. Okay. $50 to donuts at the caved shaft. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna eat lunch and then I'll show you what else is here. Awesome. Having lunch at the west side pit that I just found. It's the west side pit. We are in the Burro Mountains. I haven't explored any of this yet. That looks to be a collapsed shaft behind me. But we're eating lunch first so we don't run out of steam. Lunch today at Chateau De Aaron is a pepperoni and pepper jack cheese sandwich. So, wish me luck. Let's find some gold. Hey, just finished lunch, and I've been kind of high grading this ore pile or this waste rock pile. Just kind of poking around during lunch, and I'm finding some neat ores. You know, there's this is like a I don't know, it's green, so it's coppery. I don't want to tell you what it is without knowing. But a cool thing, let me switch my camera around, finding is this. That is called dendritic iron. I have a couple better samples over here, my little high grade pile. Dendritic iron. Dendrites are the formation that you know, lightning makes. Bzz, bzz, bzz. It looks organic, but this is actually iron. It forms like this sometimes, and makes these beautiful dendritic patterns. Looks like a little plant, little fossil, but it's not. Iron dendrites. But I'm finding, you know, I'm finding something here. I just don't know what it is without panning it. I'm guessing that it is cubic pyrite. One of these things looked like it had some cubes in it. I'm not sure. But I'm also finding these little veins of sparkly black. So these are the sort of waste rocks I'm finding. I'm going to grab some of these dendrites. Are really pretty, so we're going to take some of those home. I will snoop around and show you guys what these mines look like. It's just beautiful out here. I think all my storm clouds have passed or kind of splitting over me. Just a gorgeous day. Just so thankful I can be out here. I'm gonna kind of avoid this here because it looks like a collapsed shaft. These almost look like head frames over here, these old wood timbers. I don't know. I don't really know how safe it is for me to just jump in there, even though I want to. But better safe than sorry, folks. I'm out here by myself, so I can't just jump into stuff. Okay, lunch is over. We're making our way up to these little openings in the hillside. It's just all grown over. I don't even know how to hike up this thing. I'm gonna have to turn this camera off so I can use my hands to crawl up this thing. Here's that shaft I was just looking at, a little lunch spot. Climbing up the hill. This mine looks to be gated off. Probably some sort of safety mitigation. Wonder if it's filled with foam. Super windy. Okay, the big reveal. What do we got? What do we got? As long as it's not a mountain lion, we'll be good. caved in shaft. Let's poke around a little bit, see what we can find. 12:30 now. I just left the little gated sunken mine. Walked down this little slope. Here's a little road I meandered up. I'm going up this way. I'm not quite sure how many little shafts are supposed to be back here, but I think I'm about to walk up on another one because the hillside looks altered. A little prospect maybe. I keep thinking I'm gonna end up pestering a mountain lion. Man, just beautiful. Check this thing out and see what it is. Probably another, I guess that looks like a prospect, not necessarily a shaft. I'm running out of battery, so I'm going to climb up, and if I find anything, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so this is that little prospect, I'd call it, on the hillside. It looked like, someone had been working it a little bit. And to the right and to the left is all of this eroded sort of granitic rock. There's like a quartz with some, I don't know if it's a feldspar but I'm finding like flakes of stuff in it. And so I'm gonna grab some, stick it in the sample bag with my little dendrite pieces, and crush them up when we get home, see what we got. Okay, so I'm a little to the left of that last prospect pit I was at. Kind of farther north, I guess, on the map. And I've been kind of prospecting. There's this kind of this rhyolitic, this is what I showed you earlier, rhyolite, right? But in between, there's this like feldspar, quartzy sort of granite, and I'm finding kind of some veins, some intrusions, and that's exactly what those old miners were looking for. And man, I don't know, I just broke this guy open, and if you can see it, let me see if I can, there's some, there are some flakes of stuff in here. Yeah, that looks like a flake. That right there looks like a flake. I wish I had more hands, I'd point it out to you. Maybe I'm just a flake, but it's kind of a neat little spot. If I were a betting man, I bet there's a trail that goes that way into the valley even farther, probably towards that old mine that I am looking for. I have these mines that I'm really trying to explore, on the south end of the valley. So I'm gonna avoid that. That'll be for another day, and I'm gonna make my way south in this valley and open back up. We're gonna move towards the truck and see kind of what there was 2 or 3 paths that I saw, so we're gonna check them out and see. Right now I'm kind of making my way back to my little prospect bag. It is down there through that tree. I'm kind of scouring this hillside. I found that granite vein, and it looks like there's this trail that I'm following. So I'm kind of following this to see if it leads me anywhere. I know that the Spanish were all over these mountains prospecting way before we were. So You know, this could be an old like mule trail or something. We'll see. Back at this first little prospect. Maybe it's a sunken shaft, but just came back here. I kind of consolidated all my stuff here. It's where I ate lunch, and just high grading some of the tailings, I guess. But I found this cool little. I don't know if you can pick this up. I can't, you know, it's either gold or pyrite. Gold or pyrite. I'm walking towards this last little mine, this mine path right now, and I'm running out of battery. I have like 25% left, and I still have about an hour and a half hike. So, yeah, gonna save my battery here. I have no idea what this is really. I'm gonna turn this off and get my gear. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, last video of the day. Trying to figure out what this path is. Someone dug this path out of the hillside here, and it's in the complete opposite direction of where all my other stuff is. So I'm gonna check out this hillside real quick. Hey, I'm on my way home. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some perspective. 2 weeks ago, I was up at this saddle. Then I hiked around the mountains, and I was back on the other side. So 2 weeks ago I was up here. Styrofoam mine is around here somewhere. And today I was back around those guys on the other side.